The new Reno hero card may be a neutral card, but in this deck, it's an honorary Paladin card. Highlander decks have been getting a lot of attention because of the new Reno card, but Highlander decks have been getting a lot of attention because of the new Reno hero card, but there's one deck in particular that seems to be a star child when it comes to the Highlander archetype. So go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel in order to let me know that you are not expecting Highlander Paladin of all things to be a good deck, because as it turns out, when you just have 30 good cards in a deck and it just so happens to work, there's really no other way to describe the Highlander phenomenon, because this, like, the first thing that people think about whenever they think Highlander is a control deck, right? Not in this case. Not in this case whatsoever. This is a tempo deck. It is pretty much a pure Paladin tempo deck, with the only neutral card being the Reno, obviously. But the reason why you don't even care that much about Reno being in this deck is because you still have access to your Order in the Court. And the only other card that really cares about having no neutral cards left in the deck is the Countess, as well as the Curator. So as long as you don't play these cards before you get your Reno, then you're absolutely fine. And I'll go ahead and spoil something. I already played the Curator when Reno is in the deck because I thought it was just neutral minions. It's actually no neutral cards, and it's the same thing with the Countess. So just make sure that you don't do that on accident, because as long as you got Reno in your hand, these cards are playable. But if we take a look at the list here, we have a lot of different cards that are finding its way into this list, to where Boogie Down is still getting played because it's just one of the best 3-drops in the deck. We also have a few new cards in this deck, like the Showdown, the Hi-Ho Silverwing, as well as the Prismatic Beam, to where you have a lot of synergies that are making its way from the new expansion into this deck. But most notably, you have a reason to play the new Highlander Paladin card, Spirit of the Badlands. And pretty much what this card does is, if you have no duplicates in your deck, you get a permanent Mirage. And what the Mirage does is, at the start of your turn, it transforms into a copy of a minion in your deck, and it still stays in your hand. Let me go ahead and move this a little bit so that way you guys can read it, just in case you want to see it for yourself. But the easiest way of being able to explain this card is that you're essentially adding a Shifter Xeris into your hand, except it's permanent even if you play the minion that it generates, and it'll always generate a minion in your deck. So the way that you can think about it is, you are a Highlander deck that is now able to play multiple copies of the minions in your deck, as long as they're actually still in the deck and not in your hand. So the Mirage has ways of being a little bit gimmicky, like if you find another Akronos, if you find an Amatis, if you find maybe a second Countess or a second Leviathan, that could be pretty decent. But one thing that I think is important to note about this, and I'm pretty sure this is a bug, is that when you play Forge cards from the Mirage, I don't think they actually work. Like, I need to actually see this for myself, but somebody in my chat told me that when they forged the card and played it, it actually didn't give them the forged ability. So be a little bit on edge when it comes to that. Like, don't risk your turn if it's going to put you behind. But if you want to do it for science, and leave a comment below in order to tell me how this works, that'd be actually a great thing you can do. But regardless, the reason why this deck is working well is because it just does what Paladin wants to do. It plays for curve. You play your 1-drop, you play your 2-drop, you play your 3-drop, you play the Order in the Court whenever it's ready in order to get the Highlander payoff cards, and Reno really does carry this deck, because having an all-out board clear for Paladin is really something they don't have access to whenever they're playing in Tempo faction. You have Keeper Strength as like another AoE, but other than that, you really don't have that many comeback cards that are in this deck, so playing for Tempo and getting ahead on the board is absolutely detrimental in order to do well with this deck. And just how good is this deck, really? Zacho apparently went 10-1, peaking at 365 Legend, playing the deck that is on the Vicious Syndicate website. So if you guys want more decks to get inspired by what you could potentially play on the ladder, I would highly recommend checking out the Vicious Syndicate article talking about their Theorycraft ideas after they did the stream. So there's a lot of decks that are available on the website, so make sure you check that out. But if you want to play a fun Highlander deck, I definitely think that Paladin is the way to go. Shaman is looking pretty good right now. Druid is obviously still looking really good. It's just a matter of finding the perfect 30. But everyone seems to be in agreement that this might be the best version of this deck to play. Because the reason why I found this deck was actually because of McBanterface. McBanterface seems to be doing very well with a deck like this, and he's always sitting around like top 100 Legend, playing a lot of different archetypes as of right now. So if you want an idea on how to play a good Highlander deck, I think that everyone is in agreement that Highlander Paladin seems to be the nuts in some cases, and you just win by playing for tempo. Sometimes you don't even need your Highlander payoff cards, but if you want to play Reno, I think this is a good way to start it. And don't forget, if you do enjoy this kind of content, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel to be notified about any of our future updates. We've also got a Patreon in case you guys want to support the content and get extra perks and bonuses for doing such. You can get deck optimizations, coaching, as well as shoutouts in future videos. So go ahead and check out the link in the description below if you want that information. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this deck intro, and we'll see you for the next video.
So do this, summons 3, this costs 4. So for 6 mana, I could clear his entire board. I almost want to just keep these and see how it works, but I feel like it's just better to go for the hand buff. For the hand buff synergies. There we go, that's much better. This is why I think Snake needs to steal 5 instead of 10. Because not every deck is going to have armor and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it probably is what's going to happen. It's just whether or not they want the deck to be easily countered. Decks that don't have armor don't usually need to worry about Snake because they're more aggressive. The extra 10 life really does make a difference, though. 1 less for each other card in your hand. Oh, so it doesn't even need to be Paladin cards. It's just cards in general. So do this, discover. Probably have enough stats to just go ahead and get the Crusader Aura going. This looks to be a bot based off the name.
What'll wet your whistle? Bloody day.
We play this into this. Get some more buffs. I also have this playable next turn, which might actually just be the play. But now that I have Muster, set up for this. Alright, that should be a GG. Looks like it's Clarkotron. It is me. I revealed this card. I don't really see it in a lot of decks, but at least Keeper Strength sees a lot of play. Why can't I craft the snake? What, the Astral Serpent, you mean? There should be an Astral Serpent that's available, but you just can't craft the signature. To clarify, a user bot, not an official Blizzard bot. Yes, it's a user bot, not a Blizzard bot. I mean, for a Highlander deck, this deck's pretty aggressive. For a Highlander deck, this is pretty aggressive, dude. Savage just hit Legend. What did he queue into? 219. Yo, Sloth Games coming in with a follow. Good to see you, man. Welcome, welcome. Why can't I craft Queen Carnassus? Yeah, why can't I craft Barnabas, bro? Where's my Barnabas, man? The rank 4 Excavate. Yup, no worries, man. Don't worry. Boom Warrior, is it legit or a fun meme? That's a new question. I would say it's probably a meme. That'd be my argument. It's probably a meme. So we got this one, the sous chef. Barn would be fine right now. Alright, I'm not gonna play this because I want more value. Why can't I craft Old Murk-Eye? Asking the real questions here. Why can't he craft Old Murk-Eye, Blizzard? I don't see anything wrong with it. Alright, we're making the board as sticky as possible. Yeah, why can't I craft Time Warp? Wait, what about the Rogue Quest? Why can't I craft that? Let me get the Caverns Below. You could take a woodworking class. I'm a meme now. We're all memes. It's 2023. You think that memes are the primary way that people communicate nowadays? We're all just one bad recording away from becoming a meme. You know what? Maybe this actually works out with the minions that I have here. Could probably just hero power do this and just fill the board. Get your government assigned meme and deal with it. Gonna be like a oh god. It's gonna be like an unemployment office, except you're assigned a meme instead of a job. Ooh. Okay, if I didn't have this in my hand, I would immediately go for that, but I love the idea of filling up the board and forcing him to do something about it. And then I can play Curator. Then I have Countess. The problem is the gems made a lot of people confused before the expansion. I mean, they were confused because it was a new mechanic, but then once you figure out how it works, it's very easy to digest. That's the thing that makes Hearthstone very much different from other games. Are you kidding me? Oh, don't you dare win this. Oh, wait, it's always going to win the brawl, though. Fuck. Oh, he didn't excavate twice. Wait, never mind.
The menagerie is
Alright, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Wait, what? Oh, wait, the Reno! It's neutral cars, not neutral minions! Ah! I didn't read chat in time! I didn't read chat in time! I should have just played this. I mean, you have order in the court to kind of help out with it, right? I mean, at least... Wait, this also doesn't work until I draw it. I actually need to play this, like, ASAP. Oh my god. Okay, guys, read the title. Remember, read the title. Good decks by bad player. Alright? I warned you all. I warned you all, and for some reason, you guys still have faith in me. I don't understand it. Open the stream at the perfect moment. Oh my god. Here we go. Now I got my effect working. Now it works. God. Okay, Living Horizon. Could also go with the boogie down, but I want the idea. I want my Reno sooner rather than later, right? Alright, that's embarrassing. To be frank, no one noticed it. No, 3 people in chat were screaming at me. I've made decks build around a card and I forget to put in the deck. Dude, that's literally every single Reno player. I can't tell you how many times I've literally seen someone build a Reno deck and not put the Reno in. You should definitely play my Reno deck. I wonder when we're going to get to the point where we're going to see the Reno decks that aren't Highlander. Very similar to how some decks would run Zephyrs even though they weren't Highlander decks. I've seen the opposite. Enemy Warlock played Reno but had duplicates. Well, in Warlock, that makes sense. In Warlock, you can make the argument that it works every now and again. What? Can this get Reno or is it always a minion? Okay, it's always a minion. So what do I get? Astral Dragon? Wait, that's actually insane with Order in the Court. Alright, there we go. Now I've got the Reno and the Anachronos. So now Countess is actually playable. Reno has to get played next turn no matter what to threaten a lethal. It didn't work. Fair enough. I mean, seeing Reno in like a draw-heavy deck is not that unlikely. Like I've already made the prediction that we might see a rogue deck that doesn't run duplicates run a Reno because it just makes sense. That would be my my assumption. Druid could be another one. Yep, Druid, Rogue. Druid and Rogue can do everything in Hearthstone, and I literally mean everything. There is nothing a Druid and Rogue can't do in Hearthstone that other classes can't. I run Highlander, Ogre. I don't think you want to run Highlander, Ogre. Because then you have a lot of dyssynergies that are happening, right? You have a lot of dyssynergies that can happen in that case. Alright, so we do this, get rid of everything. Leave him with 1 board space. I can play this. Ooh, we got the refresh too. Let's go. He played Odin immediately. Oh my god. Alright, let's hope I'm not dead here. Odin Warrior with a Badlands Brawler does seem pretty good, but I didn't think the Excavate package would work this well in it. Yeah, exactly. Not enough Ogres. You don't have enough Ogres. You want all the Ogres, right? Am I getting sanitized? I really hope that's not sanitized. After this game, can you take a look at my deck at least? You don't have to play it. If it's the Draw Demon Hunter, I've already looked at it. I need taunts.
Remember this day, for you are graced with my presence.
There's no way. There's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no way.
The light dims, but
It is just a taunt minion. It is actually, it's the best pick because it's a taunt minion. Alright, what would you do? Would you pick Inza? No, you wouldn't. You would not pick Inza. Don't you dare lie to me. Don't you dare lie to me, bro. 146? I got one better. 147. Look what's going on, Bao Bao. Thank you so much for that follow.
pick me, pick me.
Alright, alright. Would playing opposites not be more beneficial in the long run? I want to play, this. I could play Amatis next turn. I already have a taunt here. That was my thought process. Amethyst does kind of get in the way, but this is still fine. But if I'm gonna play Countess, I need to play it sooner rather than later, right? That's my thought process here. Absolute chaos. I'm orchestrating my own lethal. Alright, do not get rid of both of my legend. Do not get both of my invitations. Okay. That was a lot that happened. So he lost Sanitized and Bellowing Flames. Why are my discovers always so hot garbage?
Can you feel the cold hand of death upon your heart?
Move fast here.
Alright, could have been better, I guess. I feel like I might be overcommitting just a little bit here. But I need to somehow generate a lethal. Those legendaries were really not that good, though. I got offered a lot of bad legendaries here. Have I tried Naga Demon Hunter yet? It felt surprisingly good. OTK'd 3 people earlier on turn 5. I had a turn 4 lethal with Naga Demon Hunter. But I could not get the consistency out of it. I felt like I kept going up against people that knew the gimmick, but they also discovered the nuts against me every single time. Like, I had 2 games in particular that could have been wins, but my opponents literally discovered the best physical card they could. It seems like a really good deck, but it's very much a glass cannon. Got so much armor. Luckily, it's not able to attack with it, but still. Turn 4 Naga Priest. Okay, so this is a lot of damage I'm pressuring now. The Amethyst giving +2/+2, that is just lethal. How could you not clear anything, dude? Alright, I don't think I should have won this. But we did. Found a way. Are you having fun because the deck is fun, or are you having fun because the deck is good? Those are 2 different schools of thought right there. Both. Okay. Sous Chef into Forge the Musclotron.
Please don't burst my bubble.
Oh, it's Elemental Shaman.
Need a bit more spice over here.
Kind of sucks to just throw this away to get eaten, but I don't really have a choice here. It's actually just better that I get the 1/1s.
Before the storm.
I do kind of have to worry about getting blown out of the water here, but summoning the Grimescreet doesn't even do anything. Like, I'll just get traded into this, so it's just good that I try to, like, make up a bigger turn, right? Okay, there's the Light Ray. So we'll start by doing this, and then next turn we can throw out all of this, and then by turn 5 we can kind of restabilize. But we are taking a lot of damage here. I probably have to play the Muckborn Servant next turn. Hopefully that isn't, like, a way of, like, getting rid of it without a problem. I made some chocolate chip pancakes and coffee for dinner, Clark. Have some good games for my dinner. Only if you share some of the chocolate chip pancakes with me. Okay, this guy's having an instantly better game than I had with Elemental Shaman yesterday. Alright, so now I got a big boy. For Kel'Thalas. Drawing another minion and putting it to a 5/5 may not be that bad. I find like Anachronos, that could be pretty decent. For Kel'Thalas, just doesn't seem worth it. That'd be my second pick. But I need to play cards in order to make this thing playable in the next couple turns. I would, but sending it through the mail would be a challenge for probably cold pancakes. This dude has had like the nuts turn every single turn, but now he doesn't have elementals. Oh wow, the zap is huge here. He's playing very defensively. I feel like you'd want to be playing aggressively here. There's Amethyst. I don't want to tank 5. I have to make this trade here.
Initializing descent.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, so at least we got some beef on the field now. And depending on how many minions he has left over, the Prismatic Beam plus potential Light Ray Setting up into the Leviathan might be kind of nuts. But we have to play for the board right now. But he's starting over his elemental count. Me is having a lamb pizza and tacos? Bro, I want some lamb pizza. I had Papa John's yesterday. Would love some lamb pizza. That sounds amazing. Alright, so for every paladin card that I've played, so I can actually get away with playing this into this. And now we've flipped the game back in our favor. Scar is not a problem because he hasn't played a lot of elementals. And that just seems to be the biggest issue with this deck. Like, you make one bad move, or one just, like, I guess, unoptimal move. Because, like, the Magathon turn 5 was not bad. It's just, it stopped the elemental synergy. Elemental Shaman is so horrible when I tried it. Yeah, I have not been having, I have not been having success with Shaman. Not with Elemental Shaman. It's a classic example of, like, it was great during the Theorycraft stream because it was just an aggressive deck that did one thing. But if you have an AoE, if you have healing, mostly just one AoE destroys this deck. Like, one insane turn makes it to where this deck cannot perform very well. And that is just an actual fact. Yeah, like, look at that Scar, dude. That Scar did absolutely nothing. So I have 22 damage. I am so close to lethal. I guess I just have to play the Leviathan here. Because it just eats this, and then I can save this for later. I guess I can also take Crusader Aura. I don't know how he deals 5. Scar should improve for each elemental you play this game. I actually like Scar the way that it is. It forces you to play a bunch of elementals. No. No. No way. Oh, thank the Lord. I would have been very mad if that would have worked. I would have been very mad if that would have worked, dude.